Hey folks, Dr. Grimes here. I wanted to record a quick little video to clarify for you something that you need to be prepared for the final. When we did our phone calls this week at 9 o'clock in the evening on Monday, I didn't really have anything to share with you about the final because I hadn't really thought about how to do it. Tuesday I indicated that it might look a little different than normal, but I didn't have details. Wednesday I knew a lot of the details, and Thursday I knew exactly what it was going to look like. So I don't want anybody to be caught off guard. The final exam is like the first two exams in the sense that it uses ProctorU, and you have bought a 3-unit code packet probably, or you're paying for these things individually as you go, and they are targeted for 1-hour exams. Now, when I first set up the class, I told the folks in the bookstore and I told the administrative folks here that I was going to do 3 exams and that they were going to be 60-minute exams. But at the time, I wasn't sure what the exams would look like. And as I designed the final exam, I became pretty convinced, especially in the last couple of days, that it was going to potentially take you longer than an hour to do it. And then I had a decision to make. One, I could shorten the exam, but I don't want to do that because there's a lot of good stuff on there that I need to know that you understand. Second, I could just encourage you to go through it quickly so that you could finish in time, but that's not in your best interests because when you rush, you probably make mistakes. And you need time to be able to think about this. Third, I could ask you to go in and pay for extra time. To go from 60 minutes to 90 minutes is not but like $5 or $6 from what I understand. But you've already paid for this thing, and I didn't think it was reasonable to ask you to pay more just because I have a longer final. And fourth, I could redesign the exam somehow to where you could actually do it in an hour. That's what I've decided to do. So this exam is going to be a little different than the other two. And there's 2 pieces to the exam that you need to be aware of. The bulk of it is in the assessments tab of GoView under quizzes, and you'll see final exam or exam 3 or something like that. I'm going to try to look at it here while I'm recording. When I click on assessments and then quizzes, exam 3-final parenthesis ProctorU. When you make your appointment with ProctorU and you go through the process of letting them log into the exam with the password and all that kind of stuff, what you'll find is a typical looking exam. There are 36 multiple choice questions that are worth 2 points apiece. And then there are 13 true-false questions which are worth 1 point apiece. That comes to 85 points, 36 times 2 and 13 times 1. The rest of the test, beyond that 85 points, is essay questions. And the essay questions could, because of the level of detail I want you to go into as you're doing those essay questions, could take you beyond the 60 minutes. Rather than take a chance of that, what I'd like for you to do is plan your time so that you use about maybe 50 or 55 minutes on the true false multiple choice, just to make absolutely sure that you've got that right and you've got it the way that you want it. Then when you get to the essay questions at the bottom of the exam, the question is spelled out in its entirety, but the block that you type into normally would be a big old block where you could type 2,000 or 3,000 characters. This is a small block, and all you have to do on the exam in quizzes is type the word done or already submitted or something like that. Just type a word so that there's something in that block. Go on to the next essay question and type that same done, and go on to the next essay question until you've done all the essay questions, just typing the word done in there. Then you submit your exam. It's not going to grade it because the bulk of your essay questions haven't been submitted yet. So don't be looking for a grade when you submit it. When you're done with that exam, then you'll want to go into the assessments tab and to the assignments area. When you click on assignments, you'll see something at the top under no category that says final exam essays. Open that up, and there will be a drop box set up with an attachment that has the wording of the questions. you're going to want to create a Word document where you type out your answers to those questions, and then put the number 51. Here's my answer. 52A. Here's my answer. Whatever it is, 53, 54, 50. I don't know what the numbers are. But put each one of the answers in its own little block in that Word document. I'm really looking for you to give me a good paragraph, not just a halfway thought out sentence or two, but really explore the answer and give me a solid paragraph that it shows me that you've thought critically about this particular question and you can put it into a big context. I don't care how long you take to do that Dropbox Word document. The quiz part of the exam is limited to 60 minutes once you start it. But you can spend 2 days working on the Dropbox if you want to. Understand that I won't be able to give you a grade until you've submitted both and I've read through both. So what you might do, I think that the quiz part of the final exam opens up like at 8 something o'clock on Sunday morning. The essay part that's under the assessments or the Dropbox assignments tab opens at 1 o'clock in the morning. Maybe when you get up in the morning on Sunday, you go and you open up that Dropbox, you read those questions and you start thinking about them. And then maybe you've got an appointment for Monday to take the exam through ProctorU. You go ahead and take that exam. Remember, answer all the multiple choice, answer all the true false, and when you get to the essay questions in ProctorU, just type the word done, go to the next one, type the word done, go to the next one, type the word done, and submit the exam. And then at some point, finish up your Word document with the lengthy answers to all of those essay questions and submit that to the Dropbox. I will go through the quizzes section and I will tally up all the points that you got from that out of 85 possible. And then I will look at the Dropbox and I'll read through your essays and I'll give you points 4 here, 5 here, whatever the values are. I'll go back into the quizzes and I'll plug in a number for each one of those questions. So that will eventually give you the total on your exam. That may be very, very confusing, and I'm sorry. What I'm trying to do here is to have a situation where there are some essay questions where you can think critically and you can express your opinions and things, but in a context where you don't feel rushed to be able to get it all done. So one more time, very, very quick summary. There are essay questions on the exam in the quizzes part of the class. Just type the word done. Don't even try to answer those things in their entirety. Even if you have the time to do it, I've designed the box to where it's probably too small to hold your answer. So just type the word done and get finished with the ProctorU test and work on the essay questions through the Dropbox at a more leisurely pace at some other point in time. If you have questions, give me a call, send me a text, email me, whatever the case may be, and we'll get this worked out for you. I think you're going to do well on this exam. As I look at what you have done on the interviews, I'm very, very pleased, and I think this is just going to be an extension of what you did on those interviews, and it's going to be a real good wrap-up to the semester. Again, if you have questions, give me a call or send me a text or an email or something like that. We'll get it figured out. Hope it goes well for you and that you have a good Thanksgiving, that was last month, a good Christmas time, holiday season, whatever, end of the year, and get ready to start off strong in the new year.